Welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot. This is your intuitive daily tarot with me. My name is Carol. And today I'm going to be doing a 3-card spread for you. And first of all, we're going to be looking at the issue or the situation that you're sitting in. It could be a recurring pattern. It could be a struggle, decision you're sitting with. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look at what's impacting that. Like, what is preventing you from healing or, making that decision or getting out of whatever struggle you're sitting with. And in order to do that and find out what that is, we're going to be looking at your shadow. So we're going to be doing a little bit of shadow work. And if you're not familiar with that, those two terms, shadow work, I will put a link in my description box. And I believe it's the first link for you, where I've made a video on 4 powerful ways to do shadow work. And it's a really good video that'll really, give you a good starting point for you if you're not familiar with it. And if it is, and if you're familiar with it, you might want to have a look at it just for some other tips. And after that, we're going to be looking at some guidance from the tarot to help you with the situation you're dealing with. So I want to welcome you to my channel. It's a fairly new channel. I started it in December 2023. And, it's just getting noticed out there, slowly but surely. And so I hope you come back. And I do monthly readings, mid-month readings, and I'm trying now the daily readings. So I do have my yearly readings linked in the bottom of, again, in my description box for you. So let's get started with your reading today. I'm going to ask the tarot, I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Rider-Waite deck, and then I'm going to clarify it with the light seers. All right, so let's go. And we're going to ask the tarot for what situation or issue, 1 card that you're sitting with right now. 1 card, please, for that. And I like how it came out. We have the 4 of Cups in reverse. The 4 of Cups in reverse. And what's sitting in your shadow? That's going to help us with what needs healing here with this 4 of Cups. 1 card, please. I have 2 cards here. I only want 1. 1 card, please. Here we go. The 3 of Cups. Oh, sorry. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse. I have a tendency to mix things up sometimes. All right. That's how my brain's wired, I think. And the 3rd one, guidance from the tarot, please. Guidance from the tarot. 1 card, please. There we go. The Ace of Pentacles. Ace, nice card for you. I like new beginnings. Okay, so we'll put those away, and ooh, half of them are falling out here. I saved them. Okay. Let's give these a couple shuffles. I did a lot before I came on. I just feel comfortable doing it. 2 more when I come here. And 1 more. All right. That was a good one. 3 cards, please, for the 4 of Cups here in reverse. We have 2 cards. So I have the Star card, Major Arcana, and we have, the Death card, or Rebirth card. Another Major Arcana side by side here. Powerful forces here from the universe today. 1 more card. Ace of Pentacles, again. New beginnings here, and that one's in reverse. Okay, so 3 clarifiers for the 3 of Pentacles, please. We have 1, which is the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. 2 more here. Oh, that just flipped the wheel in reverse. Just as I was about to start shuffling again. Okay, and 1 more. Oh, that one came out flying. The Sun. Beautiful Sun card here for you. And the Ace of Pentacles, 3 clarifiers for that. Three cards, please. We have the 7 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Another major arcana card for you. One more card, please. One more card. One more. When there's just one more, it's hard because that's when I'll get too many. Oh, too many here. I got 2. I don't want to. One card, please. Just one. One more card. There, that one just fell out. 8 of Pentacles. All right, so you have the 7 and the 8 of Pentacles, which is quite interesting for your guidance from the tarot. And those two I find in particular, the 7 and 8 of Pentacles, really kind of follow each other as far as knowing what the meaning of one is really important to know the meaning of the other one. Like just to understand it more, they make sense. Those two cards go well together. So the 4 of Cups is where you're sitting in what situation right now. Well, there's it's in reverse, which tells me you know, I'm thinking that because it's in reverse, it could mean that the situation's kind of turning around for you now. Because in an upright position, the 3 of Cups is this individual that's sitting here with 3 cups in front of them. There is another cup here on offer for them, and they're like just, you know, no thanks, 3's enough. And cups are all about our emotions. So a lot of times when I see this card, it's like somebody's kind of closed off to healing. This is a healing channel, so I'm going to talk about healing. If someone is closed off to healing, not wanting to deal with it anymore, maybe you've been to therapy, maybe you've had enough, you're fed up, you know, I'm done healing, I've you know, pulled enough crap out of my past and that's it, I don't want to go there anymore, it's too painful, things like that, where it's like, no, done, right? But then it's become in reverse for you right now, which means that, you know, maybe there's a shift here, there's a turnaround for you, that you're starting to feel like, you know what, either you are deciding, you know, to get back into therapy, you're deciding to, I think I need some more healing. And that I have gone through that so many times in my life where I've gone in and out of therapy. And a big part of my situation was, well, there's 2 things. One was I couldn't find the right therapist. And I didn't find the right therapist. And secondly was, there's a real denial, and you can go into denial for years. I think one of my biggest spans was when I realized I needed to heal because something came up from my past, was 15 years of denying that I needed to get help with something. So, you know, you can be sitting in that situation, but I'm seeing now that that's turning around for you because the next card is the Star, and the Star is all about healing. So I'm saying that, you know, you're in a position here where you're back into healing. And you're doing some healing, you're wanting to do some healing, and that usually comes sometimes after, this card comes after the Tower card, actually, where, you know, maybe there's been some big circumstance in your life where you've realized, you know what, I need to heal. I need to heal this. I need to get back into healing. And sometimes when the universe or source or creator, whatever it is you want to call it, you know, wants us to get back into healing, you know, because we need to heal our stuff from our childhood. Sometimes, you know, the Tower card can come around for us, but I see you sitting in a place of healing right now. And what's happening with you right now is the Death card's coming up for you too. And when we sometimes, you know, well, I shouldn't say sometimes, when you get on that healing journey, And I was told this at the beginning of my intensive healing journey that I've been on for years now, a number of years now. So I was told that I was going to lose some people on this journey. And I'm like, that kind of set me off and kind of put me off, where I thought, my God, what's going to, I was so petrified that, who am I going to lose? What am I going to lose? And that's what happens when you get on this healing journey. Sometimes there's just people around you that can't support you for whatever reason, can't validate you. And I'm seeing here that there are things, the death card is about some things have to go and people have to go sometimes, So that's what's happening in your life. You've been healing, and certain individuals, could be your friends, your best friends, people that, used to get along with, people maybe that you've had friends for years, and things happen where it's just like you're not on the same level anymore, where it's just something's not, it's just doesn't feel right, and you start losing these people, unfortunately, or things in your life that go. And the Ace of Pentacles comes in as a, it's in reverse here, but the Ace of Pentacles is always this offer from the universe. So it really is this need right here, and the Pentacle is about our body, and our body, and Pentacles is about grounding, right? And so this comes in reverse here for you. So I'm seeing here that you're needing some grounding. You're needing maybe to learn how to ground yourself more, because you are in a healing state. And it's one of the most, there's two important tools that I use for my healing journey, and it's grounding and journaling are the two that I've been using for years now that have really allowed me to heal a lot. And so I think here that there's more, and some of us really, it's so easy to become ungrounded that I think we just need to become aware of what it means for me to be grounded all the time. Because we often, our minds can take over and we can start spinning in our heads and telling ourselves different things. So we really need to learn how to get back in our body. And so I'm seeing here that there's a new offer from the universe for you, maybe to focus on becoming grounded, right? And this is a situation you're sitting in because it looks like you're doing some healing. And so what's coming up with you that maybe needs healing, or in your shadow, the Three of Pentacles comes up in reverse, and the Pentacle card is all about the Three of Pentacles in particular is all about, these three individuals working together, right? And because this is a healing channel, I always see this as therapy, maybe working with a therapist, and it's in reverse here, and it's in your shadow. So I'm wondering here if, maybe you need to heal on a deeper level. And in order to get to that level, sometimes we need the help of a therapist. I think sometimes we can get to a state where, we think, okay, I want to go back into therapy. I want to do more healing, but I'm going to do it myself. And it's hard sometimes because you really need that person beside you to kind of say, to kind of keep you grounded. And maybe, this is what's coming up for you right now, is that maybe you've never had a therapist. Maybe you've always done it yourself. You've always healed by yourself. And for me, this comes up and it says, I think there's some more you need to be healing on a deeper level, and maybe you need a therapist, but because it's in reverse, there's a resistance here for you to go deeper or to even maybe get a therapist. The Eight of Cups comes in after that as sort of a clarifier. And the Eight of Cups is like, it's a card of walking away. It's a card of becoming still and, getting in touch with some of our stuff. And sometimes I can see it as, because it's coming in your shadow, I can see it as, it's a walking away card. So it could be, you could have to deal with some abandonment issues. And a lot of us have those issues of where someone abandoned you when you were younger. And that's deep, that's deep stuff that's sitting in your shadow that, your younger children you need to heal those inner children. because the Wheel of Fortune comes up next, and the Wheel of Fortune is a card in the upright position of, this is about the ebbs and flows of healing. This is about life. This is about going in and out of our healing journey, and we're all on this healing journey, whether or not we want to admit it or not. We can live a life of denial, but I think we're here just to heal our stuff, and this has come up right in reverse for you. And so what's happened is I'm seeing in your shadow that you have abandonment issues that are kind of stuck in your shadow. They're stuck there. And I think that's why that Three of Pentacles comes out in reverse here in therapy, because there is a resistance to you to go there. Sometimes we can be in therapy for years and be too comfortable with the therapist that we're with, and just kind of we don't have a therapist that's able to pull that out of us, right? And that's happened to me once, where I think I was becoming really comfortable with a certain therapist in my life, and there was more for me to heal, but there was no way I wanted to look at it. I didn't know this, but the universe brought in a tower moment for me, and it was like my situation with this therapist blew up, and I left this therapist. And I think sometimes that could be a situation too, if you're sitting with a therapist and you need to go deeper. Sometimes if we don't have that therapist, we need to move on and get another one, because there are some abandonment issues that are deep here for you that you need to get at in order to do the healing that you need to do. And it was interesting that you got the Death card at the beginning about some people have to go. And maybe it's talking about a certain therapist you're sitting with that, maybe it's time, in order to do this deep healing, you need to look into getting, not stopping therapy, but maybe getting a new therapist if that's the situation. And because the Sun card comes out at the end here, and it's just like, you may be sitting where you're stuck and you're not wanting to feel these emotions, and but the Sun card comes in because these attachment issues can be healed. And I think these abandonment issues can be healed, and we get stuck on them, and we don't want to go in because they're so painful. But in order to get to this joy, this sun right here, in order to get to that, that's what comes after the healing here that's sitting here in your shadow. So what's the advice from the tarot? Well, the Ace of Pentacles, and it's the offer from the universe. It's saying it's time. And here's the Pentacle. It's time to learn how to ground yourself. It's time to get back into your body. It's time that you find someone to help you learn how to ground. Because we spend our entire life living from our ego, from our head, and spinning. And this head of ours tells us all these thoughts about ourselves. And how, what to do, not to do, what to feel, not to feel. And a lot of times they're belief systems about yourself that are not true. And so the universe really wants to get you grounded so you can do some deep healing. Because the Seven of Pentacles comes up, and it says, this is a card about, this man who spent so much time on this plant. He's watched it grow. Here's all his pentacles. He's put, he spent some money. It reminds you of when you decide that you want to have a garden for the first time, and you have to spend all this money on buying soil and spend all this money on plants. And then you're looking at it going, is this all worth it? Is this all worth it? And this is what he's done with this plant. He's looking at it and he's going like, is this all worth it? I've put all this commitment and all this time into it. Is it worth it? And it's an interesting card that comes in, because, it kind of reflects back to this Four of Cups at the beginning, where you started off the reading in reverse, where you're sitting with, I have all these cups. I don't want any more. I don't want to feel. There's a big resistance to doing it. And that you can go deeper. That this joy can come from this healing that needs to be done. But it's so hard to see the other side. When he started this plant, when it was a small seed, And did he know if it was going to be worth it? Was it going to bring him joy? And it's kind of the same thing with, it's almost like we have to have the faith of the universe at one point, and say, you know, I'm going to put trust in the universe because I don't know what else to do here. And the hangman comes in and it says, you know, yeah, the hangman is about trusting yourself. Just really start to get in touch with who you are. When you start to ground in a new way, there's like the universe is saying here, there's a promise of really becoming comfortable with who you are once you start healing more of this stuff on a deeper level. And the Eight of Pentacles is coming here, where it's like this individual that's doing the job that she loves to do. And, you know, maybe there's a promise out there. There's maybe something out there. I see that when you, a lot of times before we want to do something new for ourselves, or do what we want to do, or take our life in that new direction. And Pentacles is all about going in a new direction. And before that, we do that. Sometimes there's a period of real heaviness where we fall into that slump of feeling so not seeing can't see our way out of it, right? But there's something always on the other side. Once we get that wheel turning again, we're going to get to that joy. And so I think what's needed here, and I'm really seeing, is that, you know, this Ace of Pentacles that wants you to learn how to ground. And so I'm going to put a little playlist. I think there's a couple videos in there just of teaching you how to ground yourself, just to get back into your body where you can start to feel again some of these emotions that need to be felt. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.